Hey everybody, I'm Tony from JuryRig Technologies, and today I'm just going to do a quick unboxing of Sony's newly released Sony Alpha 6400. It's going to be replacing my currently being used Sony 5000, and this was released in February of this year, 2019, but it wasn't until around May that they started shipping them out. So yeah. Alright, this is going to be the first time I unbox this camera. I've been anticipating its opening for like about 2 days now, which I hadn't done just so that I can record this video. Those crickets are loud. What the heck? Alright, so opening the box immediately. Let's see. Alright, so when you first open it, you're introduced to its manual guide. Sony interchangeable lens, digital camera, email startup guide, another package with other accessories that you can buy for it, and just more promotional documents. Let's see. I don't even know what to take out first. Alright, so you get the shoulder strap, USB to micro USB, the viewfinder hood, battery, rechargeable. Using the camera's LCD screen will give you a longer recording time than using the OLED viewfinder. Keep that in mind. Next, we have the camera itself, but let's put that on the side for right now. Then we have the lens itself, which is an 18mm to 135mm using an f-stop 3.5 to 6.6. Then we have the lens hood itself. Let's see if there's anything else in the box. Nothing over there. I think that's it. Yeah. Alright, so now let's put the box aside. Leave that there. And now let's look at the camera itself. Ooh, and this looks nice. Alright, and everything that you find in the box, if you're getting the camera by itself, it will come with, well, it'll basically just come with this, the camera itself, the body cap, the power adapter, USB cable, shoulder strap, the viewfinder hood, and the rechargeable battery. I believe that's everything that the normal, the body itself will come with. If you end up choosing to get the one with the 18 to 135mm cat lens or lens kit, you will end up spending $1,299.99, which basically just comes around $1,300. So the weight of the camera itself with the battery and the SD card will be 14.3 ounces or 403 grams. The body itself is made of a magnesium alloy, which to the hand it actually feels really comfortable. Well, it feels really nice and sturdy. It doesn't feel that plasticky or cheaply made. There's our sensor. Nothing like playing with brand new gear. It's always the best. And as mentioned, the lens is an 18mm to 135mm lens with an f-stop of 3.5 to 5.6. The lens itself has the option to allow you to use autofocus or manual focus, which is a benefit. Right, looking at the camera itself, on the back you have the OLED viewfinder and the LCD screen with the 180 up motion. So if you're a vlogger, you can end up viewing yourself, or you can also lower it to about 74 degrees. You also have your flash icon, which will pop up the flash. Right here you have your hot or cold shoe mount, which comes with the little shoe cover. You have your dial for auto, movie, manual, any other option that you might have, panorama. You have your adjustable dial, you have your on-off switch, as well as the shutter button, and you have your first programmable button on the top for the C1. You also have your menu navigation up, down, left, right, and center select. You have your function key. You have your trash can. Also have your view images button. In total, 8 of these keys that I mentioned are programmable, that way you can use or have them set to any specific function you might commonly use. On the front, you have your button that will demount the lens and the body cap that will protect the APS-C sensor. The APS-C sensor allows for E-mount lens to be swapped on, as well as it is a 24.2 megapixel sensor. On the right side, you just have your textured grip as well as the record button. On the left side, you have your HDMI, micro jack, and multi-micro USB terminal, as well as your power supply via USB option. And the jack also supports microphones to be connected for external microphones. And on the bottom of the camera, you can find the battery compartment door, which also houses the SD card. And right next to the battery compartment, you have your, what I believe is a 1/4 inch thread. That way you can rig this up to a cage. And the battery can also be charged by USB, allowing you to continue taking pictures or video using a portable charger. The main selling feature for this camera would be the 425 phase detection autofocus points for the camera, allowing you to acquire focus in just 0.02 seconds. Not only that, you can also track focus of your subject through the left or right eye. It also supports autofocusing on animal eyes, so that is really great. And that was recently pushed out on their latest update. If you're taking images of a subject in motion, such as those in sports, this camera can take 11 frames per second with either auto exposure or autofocus, up to 116 frames using the JPEG format, or 46 using the RAW file output. If you're at an event such as a concert, or let's say just a live band demonstration, or something where you don't want that shutter noise, you can take up to 8 frames per second. The camera supports 13 picture types, from monochrome, retro, illustration, watercolor, and some others. The main reason I got this camera was because it's a cheap alternative to higher end cameras, as well as it records 4K, which is really great just because the sensor is recording at 6K and then downscaling into 4K, allowing you to get a much crispier image at 4K, and it records to HDR or S-Log formats. Besides recording in 4K, the camera can also record at 1080p. This camera can record up to 30 frames per second for 4K or 60 frames per second for 1080p. Another feature that the camera has is that you can also record a time-lapse video, with the camera taking images at about every 60 seconds. The camera also supports NFC and Bluetooth, well, also Wi-Fi capabilities, that way you can transfer images straight to your smartphone devices. Within the camera's menu, you are also able to set up to 30 customizable menu options. Just for those menu options that you find yourself using the most, you can have those saved into a custom My Menu tab. So this right here is the Sony Alpha 6400. There does exist a Sony Alpha 6500. So if this was just released and the 6500 came out a few years ago, why isn't this a 6600? Well, I would say that these two cameras basically are on par with each other. The only difference is that the 6500 can, well, it has image stabilization. The only thing that this doesn't have is the image stabilization, which I personally will not notice that much of a difference, just because these type of videos are made on a tripod, and other videos such as short films can be, well, used with the glide cam or a steady cam. So that won't be that much of a difference to me, since the Sony 5000, which I'm currently using, doesn't have image stabilization. The benefit of the Alpha 6400 over the 6500 is that, well, its autofocus is vastly superior and better. If you visit Sony's site, the 6400 will immediately say the best autofocusing on a camera. So yeah, but also, unlike the 6500, this will not overheat within 30 minutes. It doesn't have that 30-minute time barrier that the 6500 does. So as long as you don't run out of memory space on your memory card, or your battery does not die, you can continue shooting. We can test that out later just to see how far it will record until it overheats. But yeah, for me, since I tend to record longer videos and I'm starting to get more into wedding and quinceañeras or other birthday party filming, this will be a much more, well, a greater benefit to me since it won't overheat within 30 minutes, since some ceremonies can take a little bit longer. Yeah. So yeah, that's basically it for the Sony 6400. Well, for the unboxing and just spec spiel of this. Later on, I'll record an update or a full in-depth review. It probably won't be fully in-depth, or just be something quick in comparison to the 5000 that I currently have. But yeah, that's basically it for this video. If you like this type of video, which is basically just an unboxing, go ahead and leave it down in the comments below. So thanks for watching, and see you in the next video. That's a cut.